Last show of the year. We want to thank every single one of you guys for tuning in with us as we say goodbye to 2025. Charlie Kirk tweeted out something years ago or months ago where he said, look out for Minnesota. Watch out for Minnesota. Look what's going to happen there. And long behold, there's a massive scandal going on in Minnesota. Democrats have been doing a horrible job releasing these photos. I mean, have you seen some of these photos that have been released? Who do you hold responsible for this at this point? Is it Tim Walz?
No.
Who is it then?
They're all guilty. Once the audience figures out we're clueless about what we're talking about, then we can bring it to profession. No.
That'll take a week.
I think 2026, that should be our breakthrough year of honesty. Let's be honest.
Let's call it the year of transparency.
Transparency, yes.
I truly think MAGA is dead, bro. You know, new year, new me, New Year's resolution. Guys, what is your New Year's resolution? Armand, what's yours?
You can't teach that. It's hard to teach somebody
But you don't think there's somebody like you that you can hire?
No.
Why not?
Because they have their own business if they're like me.
That's the big misconception with New Year's resolutions. I was literally discussing this with a friend where he's like, you know what? Next year is going to be a different year. Next year's my year. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be changing my diet up. I'm not going to eat anything processed. I'm like, bro, why are you waiting? Why can't you just start tomorrow? Look at what we've seen in 2025.
Living Coco.
Yes, living.
Assalamu alaikum.
Ashallah.
I feel like we should begin every show with assalamu alaikum from now on, because a lot of shit's been getting kind of brushed under the rug in the state of Minnesota. Happy Monday, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy
Thank
Monday.
goodness it's what's Monday? Miércoles or lunes?
Lunes. Last show of the year. We want to thank every single one of you guys for tuning in with us as we say goodbye to 2025. I know
I was going to say 24. Wow, it's 25.
Yeah, it's 25. So here's the great thing about the year 2025. So next year, when it rolls around, you start putting your dates in. When you put that 5 and you screw up, you just got to connect that little
Line.
Screw up where?
yeah, that line right away. So you know what? It doesn't look as bad for going from 2024 to 2025. When you wrote that 4, had to do it all over again.
I just barely started getting it correctly since Thanksgiving, and now I got to switch again.
It's only been 12 months. But WiseNutsPodcast.com, guys. If you guys haven't picked up some merch, go ahead and scan that QR code right there. Support the Wise Nuts. Pick up some merch. It's under $20. Our Epstein didn't kill himself shirts on there. We're gonna have a bunch of new stuff coming up as well. Buy some merch. Help support the Wise Nuts, and we'll have an amazing 2026 with your support.
Yeah, it is the 250th anniversary of the United States.
Damn,
Right?
1776, baby.
2026. 250 years.
You know what's crazy? It's like when you look back at it, though, 250 years ago isn't that long ago, though.
No, not too long. I mean, Joe's been around since Honest Abe, so
Honest Abe. Yeah.
he's seen half of what the U.S. has. But you know, it's just crazy how 250 years old, yet I think we've been in war for about 238 of it. There's been 12 years of peace total.
And a bunch of wall kisses.
Yeah. Yep, lots of walls.
Just kiss the wall and everything will be fine.
Well, one guy didn't kiss the wall. And we saw what happened to him.
What happened?
I don't know.
He's no longer with us.
No, somebody else kissed him.
Interesting.
But it's been an interesting, literally 24 hours. I don't know if you guys have been seeing what's been going on in the great state of Minnesota. But when you look at vice presidents or presidents who are running for office, and, you know, they got that VP next to them, hoping that, you know, they'll get that position. That VP will either be a border czar or, you know, somebody that'll go overseas and handle foreign affairs. You always think, all right, you know what? Who were the vice presidents that didn't really make it? Like, do you remember who Hillary's vice president was?
Hillary Clinton?
Yes. His name was Tim Kaine.
Tim Kaine, huh?
Yes. But see, nobody remembers.
Yeah.
Or do you remember? I mean, you remember the vice presidents who were in office because obviously they're constantly on the news. So obviously Trump's VP is JD Vance, Trump's former VP, Mike Pence.
Yeah. I still don't know what a VP does, though.
I don't either. Well, hopefully Kamala Harris will come sit here with us one day and she'll tell us what she did. But besides getting on her knees and
They're almost as useless as tits on a boy, right?
yeah, basically. But Tampon Tim did not disappoint. He's continuing to make the news over and over. And it's funny. Charlie Kirk tweeted out something years ago or months ago where he said, look out for Minnesota. Watch out for Minnesota. Look what's going to happen there. And long behold, there's a massive scandal going on in Minnesota with fraud beyond, I mean, the numbers right now are just very minor, but it's more and more shit is going to be coming afloat soon. So there's a childcare fraud going on where a bunch of Somalians are opening up fake childcare services and are getting paid by the government in order to operate. But when people are actually investigating the operations, they're noticing that there's no children there. There's facilities with 99 children registered, but when they went there and they knocked on the door to see, what was actually going on, nobody was there.
Who have they figured out who the head of the snake is? Because it could have been the Somalians maybe blackmailing or holding somebody in government hostage and asking for such funding and whatnot. Or has that not been disclosed?
It's very, very soon to see what's been going on. But obviously, Minnesota does have certain representatives who are Somalian as well.
Isn't that position taken by Israel, though?
Which position, Joe?
Where they give money and threaten and get things done based upon, certain information they might have on someone?
I mean, look, if you think about it, that's probably the simplest way to commit fraud, with pretty much under the radar. Imagine if we knew some politicians in California, right? Senators, congressmen, and whatnot. And we said, look, we have this nonprofit. We're going to do all this good for the homeless population and childcare and foster homes and whatnot. And they write a 10, 15, 20, $50 million check, a grant to our organization. And then we pick up a nice, private jet and we have Edwin fly us around the country. We pick up a Porsche GT3 RS, 3 different colors. So, I mean, it's not difficult. It's a very simple thing to organize. If anybody's senators out there, if you're willing to start a new partnership, we're open to it.
Oh, yeah. Just disclose it right away.
What?
I mean, you have to say salam alaikum first.
Malaikum salam.
Yeah. See, there's so much. There's so many politicians now who are from Somalia who are representing Minnesota. Ilya Omar is one of them. There was also another representative, congressional representative, who is running to become a congressman there, again, from Somalia. In fact, Tim Walz changed Minnesota's flag. Did you see that?
No.
So the flag of Minnesota, literally today or yesterday, he basically went out there, sat down to give some sort of public statement or speech or whatever. And you had the United States flag, and then you had Minnesota's old flag side by side to each other. He sits down and he says, got to change something really quickly. He stands up, takes the Minnesota flag off camera, and then puts the new Minnesota flag. And it looks very similar to the Somalian flag. Joe, can you pull up or do this? Google Minnesota's new flag.
Will do.
That's all we want to do.
Yeah.
And you'll see how crazy similar it is to Somalia. It's like, again, I don't want to overreach as far as conspiracy theories and like coincidences and all that stuff. But I mean,
you want Somalia's flag or
no? I don't want Somalia's. No. Let's type in Minnesota's flag.
Okay, good.
Let's type because that's
it's already changed. You're saying?
Oh yeah, it's changed already. So watch this. So Joe's
well, hold on. Let me share the screen.
because this is very, very. I mean, talk about timing. So
Let's see. Hopefully, we're
Minnesota fraud.
that's the first thing
So
that comes
watch.
up.
Click this.
Flag change. Flag.
Just flag. There it is.
Oh wow.
That's it.
That's the Minnesota. Which one's the Somalian flag?
So now you could open up another tab and type in Somalia flag. And look at how similar they are to each other as far as colors and all that stuff.
Oh wow.
Oh, look, there's Minnesota's flag right over there.
Gee. But you don't think, I mean, why are they going after Tim specifically? Why Minnesota? Because I can assure you this is happening in every state, every county across the country. It's not just Minnesota. Why are they going after him? Why are they exposing him?
I don't know yet. It's way too soon to tell.
Look at California. How many tens of billions has Newsom wasted? How many from the bullet train to the homeless crisis to God knows how many other fundings there are out there. Tens and billions of dollars. Why? You got to wonder, why are they going after Tim?
My concern, here's the thing. My concern right now isn't more about going after Tim. My concern is all these Democratic states getting away with this. This is all going to be brushed under the rug.
It's not Democratic
Of course it
states
is. Look,
only. No,
bro.
it's not.
No, I don't think it's.
You don't think Texas, you don't think these guys are skimming money. I mean, you have to look at it this way. When a state has the budget that, for example, the states of the United States do, it's very easy to, just write a check for $5 million here, $2 million there. I mean, look at it this way.
Why aren't they on the news then?
The Pentagon, for the 8th year in a row, has, what do they say? They failed their audit, right?
Uh-huh.
And we're talking about trillions of dollars here.
Mm-hmm.
Trillions. Fail the audit, no problem. You and I don't pay a $219 fee to the IRS. All of a sudden, we're facing criminal charges. Yet, the government can fail an $8 trillion audit, or total of $8 trillion so far, whatever that number is, and yet nothing. So I think every city, every county, every state is committing fraud, red and blue. It's just there has to be some motive behind. Okay, let's go after Minnesota.
So why aren't they talking about it if it's happening in every state?
Of course they are. I mean, how many times do they need to mention $24 billion California missing from the homeless fund? 30-some billion, whatever it is, for the bullet train. And what do you think that
Well, no,
is?
that's California. Again, that's going back to initially what I was saying. I was saying, why is it that it's always some sort of Democratic
Do you
state?
know why? Because
going-
your algorithm is all to give you information against blue states. Why don't you follow some liberals who are talking about negatively about Texas and Florida and other red states, Montana, Idaho, and within a few weeks you'll start seeing messages of, oh, governor in so-and-so county in Texas has smuggled $8 million worth of whatever, or city councilman in Montana caught embezzling $500,000 worth. You'll find it somewhere.
You're talking about Instagram and TikTok and X, right? This is going on MSNBC. This is going on CNN, and this is
Right.
going on Fox.
Because there's a motive behind it. And
That's
we'll
where
find out soon enough why specifically them. Why not anybody else? I
Yeah.
don't know what the reason is yet, what their motive is, but soon enough, I think we'll find out why Tim Walz. Why
exactly. So
Minnesota.
who do you hold responsible for this at this point? Is it Tim Walz?
No,
Who is it then?
they're all guilty. They're all guilty of it. It's just Tim Walz happens to be the sacrifice for now. He's the sacrificial lamb. Tomorrow it could be DeSantis, it could be Abbott, it could be Newsom. I don't know. Today it happens to be Tim Walz.
But remember, all this is happening in Ilya Omar's district.
Of course.
So
She's part of the
exactly
the sacrifice too.
So I'm hoping that this is something where we nip it in the butt now, understand what's going on, and I really really hope this isn't a distraction to something much bigger. Because look, we've been waiting for these Epstein files or Epstein logs or whatever it is for God knows how long, and Trump was like, you know what, I'm going to releasing it on December 19th. You guys will find out everything. All the redactions are going to be removed. You'll see exactly, what the flight logs were, who was there, who wasn't there. And the Democrats have been doing a horrible job releasing these photos. I mean, have you seen some of these photos that have been released? Like one of them was Bill Clinton, Michael Jackson, Tina Turner, right? Was it Tina Turner?
I think it might have been.
I think it was. I forgot who it was, but it was another singer, and then there was two children's faces blacked out. But then when they went back in time and they looked at the photo of it, it was actually just Michael Jackson's kids.
I thought that this didn't exist though. Remember when he said that there's no such thing as an Epstein list, and now they released it?
Well, then he said there is, and he'll release it.
And it's redacted. Like,
I was thinking we were going to go to Venezuela on December 19th because Venezuela looked like they needed some freedom after they found some oil.
Show some democracy.
Yeah, bro, they needed some liberty and the pursuit of happiness.
But let's say the files come out tomorrow. Wow, whatever, 1.7 million pages, however many pages it is at this point. I don't know. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, Rush Hour 4 will be canceled because Chris Tucker was there, and Arthur Sarkeesian's going to basically get really pissed off at that.
No, but it's serious. What do you think is going to happen other than Chris Tucker?
Well, look. It's kind of understanding what really happened and who Jeffrey Epstein really was.
Can you tell me one incident in history? Go back to World War I, II, Vietnam, 9/11, you name it. Martin Luther King assassination, Charlie Kirk. I mean, anybody, Trump's quote unquote assassination attempt. Tell me one significant incident that's occurred in history where you actually have an absolute concrete evidence that we know of that, okay, this is how this event took place.
No way.
Do we have any?
No way.
So what makes you think this is going to be any different?
Wishful thinking.
And now you're talking about an incident where pretty much everybody was involved. 9/11, not everybody was involved. World War II, not everybody was. All these others prior to this, not everybody was involved, at least not the global powers.
But remember, it's a very, very different time. The internet right now, especially with social media being a platform where a lot of people like the Candace Owenses, the Nick Fuenteses, unfortunately the Ben Shapiros, those types of people are able to voice a lot of their opinions and dig into the dark web and find information. Look, tides are changing. You're not able to hide shit the way you were able to hide shit before.
You can absolutely hide shit even more so now because you know why? Because they can publish information in a way where you think, oh, look what I found in the big black dark web. It's still something that was planted by the CIA or whoever, and you find it and you go all public with it, and then you got the other side saying, "Oh, look at this little crazy piece of crap that found this document and is going all." Look, nothing is believable. I mean, you watch videos, and you're like, "Is this AI? Is this real?"
I know, man.
Nothing is real.
I know.
You really think they can't publish documents in somewhere deep in the dark web where somebody finds it and then they're like, "Oh shit, look what I found," and that's exactly what they want you to find, and then go out and like it's just all a scam, bro. It's all a game, and that's what Epstein files. They'll produce anything they want, and then they'll have the secret one behind it, and then there's only two people that have access to the actual report, and then one of them gets killed, and the other one finds the other one, and then they'll make.
So then, what do you do then?
You can't do jack shit about it.
So basically, just at this point, you know what? Screw it. Let them do whatever they want. Distract us however they want. Control us however they want.
Yeah, the only thing we
never ask any questions.
No, I mean, obviously that's what the show is about. That's what we have, the podcast. But to think that we're going to see what we want to see, no, we're going to see what they want us to see at any given point. And they will have different versions of it so that we will continue to have these debates and arguments. They will always produce different versions so the two sides can argue and no, this is the real version. I mean, look at it this way. Today we have the Bible, right? The Bible has so many verses and so many debates and oh, that's the real version. This is the real version. You really think the Epstein file is not going to have multiple versions? And the 9/11, classified documents doesn't have multiple versions. Biden had it, stacked behind his classic Corvette in his garage. Like it's I don't know, man. The older I get, the more I realize, Santa Claus is more believable than
The Epstein files.
I could say one thing though: people are getting real tired of it.
Of course they are. Everybody's getting sick and tired of all these distractions, everything that's going on. And apparently, we literally, by the time we sat down, we found out that there's protests going on in Iran now.
another
Attempted
revolution.
I don't think it's going to happen. There's too much black gold underneath that land for the Khamenei to basically turn over and be like, you know what? Take your hijabs off. Everybody could.
You think
be
that's
free.
Khomeiни's decision?
Well, whose decision is it?
And you think the Brits and the U.S. and the powers of the world are
Again, see, this goes back to they'll let you see what you want to see, hear what you want to hear. I mean, then who is it? Who are those people protesting against then at this point?
It's actual people who think they can make a difference. But the only way the difference would take place if the 2 or 3 powers around the world decide, now it's time. It was time in 79. Now it's time again.
No way it's going to be time right now.
Well, I don't know. But those people are not going to decide that. Again, unfortunately, all it takes is for especially a regime like that, and we've seen this before, they'll take 2, 3, 5,000 people, put them in a room, boom, just take them out, or in front of the public, take 5 or 10 people. I'm not giving anybody any ideas. Up to the 2nd, 3rd floor, wherever, throw people down. Next thing you know, those people are going to go home. They're not going to stick around and find out if they're next or not. I mean, it's the it's the ugly reality, man. Where the world we live in, it's
Armand, but until they don't go home, that's what they're worried about, right?
yeah. But you need such a big number of people to have that impact. 10, 15, 50,000 people is not enough for a country like Iran. Yes, if 5 million people all got out together, possible, very, very possible. Because what are you going to kill off 5 million people?
Yeah,
I mean, the rest of the world obviously is going to be like, what the hell are you doing? But, throwing a couple people off the building and stuff, nobody blinks an eye, unfortunately. Look at what was happening in, was it Nigeria?
yeah, but there was basically a genocide going on in Nigeria.
What did it take for the U.S. to get involved? For the U.S. to get involved in that, literally would take them 30 seconds. Like, all right, guys, send 2 Marines or send 4 drones, and they would resolve the matter. But no, we wait years, thousands of people to be slaughtered. Then we finally decide, for whatever reason, only God knows, now it's time to, intervene.
But intervene there. Let's not intervene in Ukraine and Russia. Let's not intervene in Israel and Palestine. Let's intervene there.
Yes, because look, Ukraine and Russia is different. We obviously, again, this is the storyline we know of. What the reality is, I don't know. That they were trying to push Ukraine into NATO, and that was their way of baiting Putin, Russia into war, right?
Yeah, but what was Trump's campaign? It was, I'll stop that war in less than 24 hours, 48 hours, I'll stop that war.
Europe is getting in the way, from what we can tell.
Oh, Europe is getting in the way of the superpower of America.
Yes, because if the European Union is backing Ukraine, remember the last trip Zelensky came out here, they pretty much almost had a deal. He went back and all the European powers gathered together, brought him in like,
Oh, we can't believe we treated you in such a mean way. Just because you were in your sweatpants.
And they're like, we'll support you in whatever way you
Here's
want.
$500 million.
I've worn sweatpants for 20 years. Nobody's given me $5 billion.
Mind you, we've convinced him to wear jeans ever since we came to the studio. He's normally
And shoes.
and shoes.
Well, to be quite, even at the office last, I think almost a year, I always wear jeans and shoes now. I want people to take me a little more seriously.
But it's all a massive distraction, because what I'm very disappointed in is this whole Trump cabinet promising us everything and delivering nothing, absolutely nothing. Where's the money from the tariffs? Oh, China's going to pay for this. Mexico's going to pay for that. You know what? I'm going to go stop the war in Ukraine. I'm going to stop the war in Palestine. You basically, the entire strip of Gaza has been obliterated completely. California, when it was in fires, burning to the ground, he was talking about, oh, you know what? Newsom and the California government aren't going to be selling this to a BlackRock or any sort of large organization. And all of a sudden, there's bids of turning Palisades into affordable housing now. It's like, what the freaking hell is going on? You're talking about multi-million-dollar homes that just burned down. Now it's going to be affordable housing. So this isn't a government grab. I thought you were going to allow that. Look, it's a very, very disappointing cabinet this time around. We voted for him. If I could go back, would I still vote for him? Probably would. But I truly do hope this is a massive Trojan horse. And
you hope it is?
I hope it is. I hope it's a Trojan horse, and he'll turn around and make it America first. Because I truly think MAGA is dead, bro.
Wishful thinking.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping and wishing that this is truly a Trojan horse, and he's not a sellout.
Oh, he's definitely a sellout, bro.
When you're involved in an accident, choosing the right attorney is the most important decision you can make. Let us show you why we're different at Megridici & Law. With 11 attorneys on our team, we're able to go to trial and fight for your case. More important, the pedigree of our firm is customer service, so you always get a call, you always get an update. Lastly, we're results driven. We win. Let us show you how. Call us at 818-530-1300 or bestcaraccidentattorney.com.
Some doctors treat pain, others help you understand it. Dr. Rafi Garegian has dedicated his career to helping people live stronger, healthier, and more aware of their bodies. His approach goes beyond quick fixes. It's about rebuilding movement, discipline, and mindset. A true professional who's changing the way people think about health and recovery. Presented by the WiseNuts Podcast, highlighting leaders who make a difference.
Technology should move your business forward, not hold it back. At Titan Elite IT Services and Consulting, we make sure it does. Our clients don't wait days for help. They get real-time answers, fast resolutions, and dedicated support, both on-site and remote. From Los Angeles to Orange and Ventura counties, our coverage is local, statewide, and nationwide. When you need us, we're already on the way. We're not just an MSP. We build with you, from cloud migration to security to every endpoint in your network.
At Titan Elite, we don't just solve problems. We prevent them from happening. We become a part of your team and we grow with you.
Titan Elite IT Services and Consulting. Strategic, scalable, trusted, and always on.
Look, the only way to know that is
Write it out.
we have to write it out and trust the process, because there's my philosophy in life and business has always been, sometimes things have to be, you have to break certain things to bring in something new, to be able to fix it better or implement something. Because anytime you implement something new, there's always pushback and, staff and whoever it is. Even if you come up with a new rule for your family, your kids, your wife, everybody's going, oh, that's not fair. And then once you implement it and they realize, oh yeah, this is actually to my benefit, they're okay with it. So I don't know. I'm hoping this is one of those situations where the tariffs and everything else is somehow gonna eventually pay back in essence, as far as like whether it's bringing jobs back to American citizens, people, reducing the cost of living, bringing back affordability. Because as of now, it hasn't. None of those things have happened. But I'm hoping that, over the next year or two, that we reach that goal eventually. I don't know.
It's okay. We'll get to that goal, and then we'll send it to Ukraine and Israel. That's what's going to happen. But look at this. This tweet just came in from Representative of Minnesota, Tom Emmer. So it's amazing to me that a 23-year-old journalist with over 80 million views found more in 1 hour than Tim Walz has done in over 7 to 8 years.
And what would you expect him to find?
He's the governor of a state, to maybe possibly stop fraud from happening in his state.
Should we play the videos to get a more perspective on what's happening?
I mean, we can. Let's. It's a very long video. Obviously, we don't want to play the whole thing, but this is basically.
I have the shorter version.
This is Nick Shirley. This is the kid basically, Nick Shirley, who is a 23-year-old YouTuber that's been going out and about in the streets, filming at these daycares, knocking on their doors, questioning how many kids are there and if they're actually running a legitimate business. And here's a quick video of what he's doing.
So guys, this is absolutely mind-blowing. So I was watching the most recent video by Nick Shirley exposing these daycare centers. Now, they're going daycare to daycare, and the next one that they go to is called Sweet Angel Childcare. This is where they show up to. And this is the business right here. Sweet Angel Childcare in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now, listen to where this phone number goes to when you call this childcare center. Just wait for it.
Thank you for contacting the Office of Governor Tim Walz and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan. Our office is located at 130 State Capitol at 75 Reverend.
Oh my God.
Look, the internet is a very cruel place. A lot of shit can be changed and altered. Wikipedia, one of the best examples. This is why we always say don't use Wikipedia as a source, because it could always be changed, altered, and edited. But we did some research as well. That Google address no longer exists. So that's the one that we took a screen grab from. The phone number is the exact same phone number. And again, Sweet Angels or Sweet Angel Childcare. Now, Armand went in there and he actually went into was it the health department or?
Yeah, the Minnesota Department of Health.
Department of Health.
What's the number there? Let's try that number that's listed in there.
So this is from the actual health department. This is what's registered with them as far as Sweet Angel Daycare. So
it's 612-721.
Are we calling it?
Yeah,
1133.
Let me see what number this is.
They're 2 hours ahead, right?
Yeah, but maybe there's a voicemail.
Yeah.
Hi, you've reached Tim Walz's voicemail.
I mean, if they were gonna, well, let's let it play through.
It's a cell phone. Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice message system.
Tim Walz is not available.
Oh, it's a cell phone, bro. Ilya Omar is not available. Well,
I don't think they're dumb enough to put their own Tim Walz office on Google.
See, that particular daycare apparently had 90 students. For a organization with 90 students making or receiving, I'm not going to say making because they didn't really make it, but receiving that much money, 7 figures from the government, you would think they would have some sort of automated response or a voicemail set up where it would say, "You've reached Sweet Angel Daycare."
We have the other video as well. I could play the shorter version.
Is this a shorter version of it, or is it a long version?
It's the long version.
Okay, so this is the one where he's basically going out and about, and he's speaking to he's going to the daycares. So this is Nick Shirley going from daycare to daycare, asking questions about what they're doing with the money and how many students they actually do have.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going. What do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Hold Governor Walz accountable for this.
What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that money spent on? There aren't any kids.
Answer the question. Are there children? There's no children inside this building.
Potentially the largest fraud scandal in U.S. history is taking place in Minnesota, as literally billions of dollars have been funneled through Somali-ran fraudulent businesses. So much fraud, it could actually almost replace the entire GDP of Somalia. These fraudsters have worked hand in hand with the Minnesota government as they enabled billions of dollars to be given to fraudulent businesses underneath welfare purposes. Some of this money eventually landed in the hands of terrorist groups in Somalia like the Al-Shabaab, and others enriched themselves all at the US taxpayers' expense. And in this video we will break down all of the fraud from start to finish, from going to the fraudulent businesses and confronting the people who are making millions of dollars from the government. And we will also be confronting.
All right, so if you guys want to watch that entire video, you know what? We'll put a link in our bio.
Yeah.
You can click on it. It'll take you to Nick's page. Nick Shirley, hats off to you, brother. You're doing the Lord's work, man. Going out there and exposing these pieces of shit for literally taking our tax dollars and sending it overseas.
Yep.
That's what's basically going on.
Yep.
Lambos and Teslas, and
it's a thing to do now.
Yeah, but it truly is sad what's going on, and as time goes on, more and more information will be coming out, and we'll be on top of it. Follow our Instagram page, guys. WiseNuts Podcast, our Instagram page. We'll have information, breaking news, and all that stuff posted in our story and our wall as far as updates are concerned.
Should we go to our sponsors real quick?
We should go to our sponsors. So very quickly, Joe, can we give a shout out to our sponsors, Rafi and Alex?
Son of a...
What the hell was that, bro?
You okay?
Yeah, man. Oh, Magadichinla. We should call Alex.
If you've been injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or work injury, reach out to Magadichin Law today.
At Megadichin Law, we maximize your compensation, you get constant client communication, and we win when it matters most.
If you've been injured in a car accident, trip and fall, nerve, muscle, joint, any sort of pain at all, hit up Dr. Rafi. He'll take care of everything from A to Z. What's the number at?
818-407-0007.
And tell him the WiseNuts sent you.
All right, so New Year's is right around the corner. And we kind of wanted to discuss something with you guys. As a lot of you have known, we've talked about a lot of things on this podcast. But as time has gone on, we've noticed a lot of things changing in society, in people's behavior, and obviously in people's lifestyle, quote unquote. So we kind of wanted to start off with this whole, new year, new me, New Year's resolution. Guys, what is your New Year's resolution? Armand, what's yours?
To continue to wear jeans on every show. On every episode.
See, there you go. See, he started last year and he's kept his New Year's resolution.
And you keep it up.
Yeah. Now all he needs to do is just put underwear on. So
hey, we are the WiseNuts.
Yeah,
right?
yes, we are. Joe, any New Year's resolutions for you?
No, because I always break them.
There you go. See, that's the big misconception with New Year's resolutions. I was literally discussing this with a friend where he's like, you know what? Next year is going to be a different year, bro. Next year's my year. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be changing my diet up. I'm not going to eat anything processed. I'm like, bro, why are you waiting? Why can't you just start tomorrow?
Yep.
Why didn't you start it yesterday? How long has this been in your mind?
All year.
Probably. So
As of January 7th, next year.
Yeah, next year's my year.
Because we're already 7 days through this year. I can't start now. It's late.
Oh, yeah. Well, I went to my aunt's house. She made blinchik. She put it in front of me. I had to eat it. But, it's my aunt. I can't say no. So I had to eat it. And then, you know what? What's one day going to do? It's not a really big deal. I could start on January 6th.
Yeah.
By the way, blinchik is an Armenian food that we eat on New Year's anyways.
Is that Armenian or Russian? Blinchik.
I think it's Armenian.
Nah.
It's like it's like a tostada, no?
No, taquito.
Is it taquito? Is that what it is?
Yeah, taquitos.
Maybe there's an Armenian version of it. Maybe the name. You know how it's a regional food.
It sounds Slavic. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It sounds Slavic. But anyways, we tend to digress. We need to put this whole new year, new me thing aside. And what we're planning on doing next year is this. We want to implement something called Wacky Wednesdays, where
Wacky Wednesday WiseNuts. WWW.
Yeah. It's Wacky
like
Wednesday.
World Wide Web.
Yes. Wacky Wednesday WiseNuts, where we'll be putting out a post and you can literally tell a story about something that's going on in your life anonymously. And it'll be a topic of discussion on that Monday's home team show, where whether there's a guest with us or not, doesn't matter. We discuss it. And by anonymous, we truly mean anonymous. You can talk about anything you want or bring up any topic you want to discuss. Now, you might ask, what do you mean by this? What topic is it? Now, we see a lot of things going on social media where people are living this very interesting lifestyle, going out to, going out to steakhouses, traveling here, going there, buying these types of purses. And then a lot of people sit back and go, shit, like, am I doing something wrong with my life? Why can't I have that lifestyle? How is it that they're doing it? Or something happens in your life where you're just like, you know what? Am I the only one going through this? And you begin to doubt yourself. You begin to question yourself and you hold it in and you don't want to release it. And look, a lot of people don't want to go see a therapist or a psychologist and vent to them. And they want something more anonymous. Dude, here's your opportunity. If you tell us the story and say, look, this is what I'm going through. What we want to do, Joe, Armand, and myself, along with the entire WiseNuts community, is discuss it on the show so that other people can relate to what you're going through. So they're not left alone. Because look, if you're going through something, Mike across the street or Steve living in Granada Hills or John in Arcadia might be going through the same thing. And this will open a panel of discussion live on air where people can have that conversation openly and be like, hey, listen, this is what you can do. I went through the same thing. And it's literally a helping hand from our community.
Yeah, because look, years ago, we always grew up, what was taboo was two things you never talked about was politics and religion. And now those are the only two topics people talk about is, well, who did you vote for? Are you vaccinated? Are you supporting this side or that side? And then based on that, they figure kind of your religion and all that. So those two things are now discussed, unfortunately, on a daily basis. Whereas the two things that matter most in life, more than religion or politics, is finances. That sets the foundation for your family. And intimacy. And intimacy can be interpreted in many different ways. Intimacy can be intimacy between you and your spouse. Intimacy just amongst your own family, with your own kids, your friends, your siblings, your parents, and extended family. Intimacy is not only about intercourse.
Yes.
Right? So those two things are no longer talked about. Only politics and religion seem to be the hot topic, especially ever since Trump, took office in 2019. But I think it's important to go back because even I myself experienced that where, for instance, right, we're talking about 2025, kind of looking back at 2025. You know how many times people have approached me just this year, especially just because of how casually I dress, right? Even when I used to wear a lot more sandals than I do now. Oh, well, you look like you have, you don't have anything to worry about. You look like you have it easy. You look like things are just always A-okay for you. And I think to myself, like, okay, if this young man or young woman could only step into my shoes for a week and do what I have to do and the responsibilities I have at my office, and this poor man or woman would probably have 4 heart attacks by the time Friday comes. But
Monday would be enough.
But they have no idea. And I don't blame them because, they see we're always having a great time, and, our posts, we're not posting anything. And I'm not complaining. The more responsibility you have, that means eventually the more success and everything else. Success does not come without responsibility or without headaches. Trust me, Elon Musk breaking the record of being the first human to hit 750 billion. Trust me, if you had all the thoughts that are in his brain, is in his mind, you would probably end yourself in less than 24 hours.
Just looking at his direct messages would probably drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can't process it.
I'm not even talking about the business aspect of it, because a lot of these people who are on social media just rely on social media as far as getting through life or getting through their day.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you know what? The DMs that are going to be hitting Elon Musk's DMs, we're just going to send them right over to you.
Yeah.
I promise you, you're going to be second guessing a lot of things in life.
So I think this is a good opportunity for the community. When I say community, we're talking about extended community, not just, local here.
Everyone.
The extended community to come together and be able to openly discuss. Now, obviously, initially, it should be anonymous. And then down the road, whoever feels more comfortable and even sitting down here and having that discussion openly with us and our audience, then more power to them. But it has to be done because too many people are sitting down, dealing with their own life and their debts and their expenses and just income and family situations and thinking, man, I have it so bad. I don't know how I'm going to get through this week, this month, this year. But then once you realize, no, there's tens and millions of other families dealing with the same issue, it just seems like the whole world is falling apart on you. Then once you realize that, no, you're not the only one, it's easier to overcome those obstacles in life because you're not alone.
There's an old saying that they say a group of people are around, and if they were all to grab their problems and throw it into the circle, chances are you take your problems back versus anybody else.
Exactly. That's a very good saying. And everybody's dealing with something, whether it's unfortunately health issue or money issues, or there's nobody out there. Don't be fooled by these social media posts. I promise you, those people flexing their Rolexes and Chanels and like Armenia steakhouses, it's all bullshit. They have so much credit card debt, they don't even know what to do with it. They're probably transferring balances to survive. It's not to say we don't post anything like that. We all do. We're all guilty of it. But that's why it's like, okay, I think 2026, that should be our breakthrough year of honesty. Let's be honest.
Let's call it the year of transparency.
Transparency, yes. Be transparent. Because, and you'll see that by doing so, I think so many lives can be impacted in a positive way where it's like, you know what? Yeah, I too am dealing with that. I too have a child who has a health issue. I too have a parent who's dealing with a, dementia or something where you think, oh, I'm the only one. It's the end of the world for me. And then once people start opening up about, because we can sit down here, we can bring Tony Robbins here, right? And he'll tell you, when I was 21, my mom was an alcoholic, which is fantastic. But listen, that was 1970 something. the opportunities you had in the 70s and the 80s, or Patrick, but David can say, 15 years ago, I was down to my last $13,000. Okay, great.
Or my life in Iran.
Yeah. I was 11 when we left Iran. I mean, we've heard that 2 million times. That's fantastic. But it's not relatable because we're in 2025, almost 2026. What can you do today? What are people dealing with today? Forget about what I dealt with 20 years ago. That was 20 years ago. What am I dealing with now, and how is it relatable to you? And how can me sharing my story help you? What I'm dealing with today. Not 10 years ago, I only had 10,000 in the bank. Now I have $500 million. You too can be $1 billion. No, you can't. That's a bullshit.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, today, what are we doing today? What am I doing today? What decisions? How is it impacting my life, my business, vice versa? Let's share. Let's talk about it.
It's basically what it is going to be a open dialogue kind of mastermind thing where we're all going to be able to openly, or at the beginning, anonymously share what we're dealing with. And as a community, as a, not even as a state or a county, but as a country, people who are living in other areas are going to be able to relate to this, chime in and say, hey, listen, I'm dealing with the same shit. This is what I did. This is what you can do. And this is how you can overcome it. Because what's happening is we continuously begin to sit at nights or at work or in the mornings or on weekends, and we doom scroll over and over and look at all this crap that's being spewed online. And look, I firsthand see a lot of this is bullshit because of the people that I deal with in my industry.
They open up to you with their finances.
They have
to show you their bank statements, their tax returns, their
exactly
right.
So
the
what
IHSSs.
Yes. And look, guys, it happens. And next year, I told the boys as well, I'm going to be posting videos on my personal page or my business page where I'm going to be bringing in real life scenarios of what we deal with on a daily basis or a weekly basis or a bi-weekly basis on transactions where people are living off credit cards in order to show that, oh, look at me. I'm cool too. Where the time comes to buy a home and we turn around and say, hey, listen, that $25,000 in debt that you have, you got to pay that off in order to buy this house. And then they basically freeze up and they go, oh shit, what am I going to do?
Just update, in order to make it anonymous, we will have a section on our site to legit make it anonymous. We will not show names. So that we're working on that now.
We might even do it on Telegram.
We can do it on Telegram, but we can even do it through our site. We have that option.
Yeah, look, full transparency, nobody's information is going to be leaked. We promise you this. Nobody's going to know who it is. And
it's as secure as the Epstein files.
Yeah. It's all going to be like redacted. And besides
we'll tease about releasing it one day, and then we'll never release it.
Oh yeah, basically. Yeah. So just like the government.
Yeah. Okay, County Assembly releasing.
Yeah.
No, we change our mind.
Yeah. And then you could audit us. And then you'll find nothing. But no, I mean, when we do post it on our page, or not our page, but on the live stream, it'll basically just be the text of whatever is going on, and we encourage a lot of people to tune in and join. Hey, dude, you know what? In fact, we could actually have Dr. Irene maybe chime in with us as well, because she deals with people all the time as far as family and therapists and all that stuff. So maybe we can have her join us and chime in as a female perspective.
Yeah, it's possible.
Talk about it.
Yeah, once the audience figures out we're clueless about what we're talking about, then we can bring it into profession.
That'll take a week. Who are these jackasses talking about?
But see, that's the thing here. What were we recently discussing? Where again, no disrespect to any professionals, but it seems like a lot of professionals in certain industries are giving advice on matters they're not that they don't know anything about, but that they're not involved with intimately, personally, right? It's like you see these guys. What do you do? I'm a business consultant. Really? Yeah. What do you consult on? Business. Yeah. What business have you owned? Nothing. I sold some cars, 20 years ago, and then
consulting business.
And then now you became a business consultant. So tell me, what can you consult me on in my line of work? Like, have you started a company? Have you raised money? Have you sold? You haven't done jack shit in your life, yet you're a business consultant.
Well, it happens in our industry all the time, where I have a client who's looking to buy a house, and then the uncle will chime in and say, don't buy the house, the market's crashing. Mind you, again, the real estate conversation right now, I don't want to even dive into that, but that's a completely topic in its own. But an uncle who will chime in will be like, don't buy the house, the market's crashing, this is what's happening. And I'll ask the client, I'll be like, hey, listen, so what does your uncle do for a living? Oh, he's a mechanic.
Yeah.
Well, how many homes does he own? Oh, he doesn't own any homes. So
he's living off of Section 8.
Yeah. So your uncle, who's currently a renter, who's a mechanic, is giving you real estate advice about not buying a home. Interesting.
See, like, we have somebody in the comment section, I won't mention names, who at a relatively young age has retired. And if you ask him how, he will tell you, because, I'm a minimalist and I did certain things to be able to retire, right? Like, for example, if that individual is willing to discuss, well, how did you do it? Because his story is not, I was 15 years old in Iran, and then, we migrated here, and then I started a business and sold it for $500 million.
I started a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, it's not a far-fetched concept. It's a very realistic concept and strategy that he's utilized. And that's what we need, guys, is realistic strategies and concepts, not these far-fetched, like, for example, like, all the power to the guys at Service Titan for starting a company that's now worth $10+ billion. But how many of us can do that, right?
Well, what did they go through, man?
I understand, but again, it's not relatable. Can you raise $500 million?
No.
Can you raise $1 billion to get to that point?
No, I can't.
So it's not relatable.
But here's the thing. What did they go through in the beginning stages of getting to where they are? Again, I don't look at, hats off to Vahe and what was his partner? Aram. Hats off to Ara and Vahe for, creating this amazing company. But I promise you, prior to them reaching, and again, I don't want to even say the peak, because God willing, they go higher than wherever they are. But where they started, I guarantee you there was fights amongst themselves, with their families, with partners, investors. Shit hit fed, where somebody who is not an entrepreneur, who is a 9-to-5er, who doesn't have that same mindset, would have broke.
I know.
Given up and said, you know what? Fuck this, bro. I don't want to deal with this shit. Look, you and I have dealt with it on the podcast.
Of course, but my point is, somebody who sits here, who started a plumbing business and now has 4 trucks and is doing $2 million a year of revenue, that's relatable. It's very difficult even for us. I mean, I've been a business owner for 25 years and I can't relate to them. It's very hard for me to relate to them because we're so far apart as far as what I do and what they've been able to accomplish, right? So, but if you bring a guy who's doing, who says, okay, I put aside $2,000 a month, I invested into this for 5 years, and then I bought this condo, then I bought a couple of cars, I put it on tour, and now I have $12,000 of passive income, and I'm able to retire, for example. That's relatable because we can all do that.
Yeah.
To say I raised $500 million and now, we went public at $10 billion valuation. What's public? What's
yeah? I
you know
think
what? That's what I'm referring to.
I like Henry's quote over here. It says, "Don't get too low on your lows and don't get too high on your highs."
Yes, I agree.
Henry, you should join us on the show.
Yeah, definitely.
And he knows why.
Also, also, no one sees the struggle. They only see the rewards at the end. That's
of course.
Yeah.
Well, would you even hold on? Would you even consider those rewards of what people are posting online?
Would I consider it how? Meaning,
basically, look, a lot of the shit that people post online, as far as we mentioned, the bags, the purses, the vacations, the restaurants, those you can't always consider those rewards because not everybody looks at it as a reward. Like, for example, me, if I have a good quarter, I'll reward not only myself but my family.
Of course.
But not everybody's like that, because what they'll see is, for example, I'll go to Bavel, I'll post that, oh, I'm at Bavel, I'm having a steak or whatever, and the appetizers and all that, and they'll be like, oh, you know what? Oh, it looks good, and you know, what is he doing about? No, dude, it's a reward for something that I believe that I earned.
Right.
I seriously can't afford to go to Bavel every week. I really can't.
What would
and that's
be the
me.
point?
Yeah, that's me being realistic. I truly can't.
Of course.
Because number one, it's not the greatest economy. Shit is expensive. I have a wife, 2 kids, a mortgage, car payments, insurance is fucking through the roof. You can't. But this is me venting to you guys, being realistic. Can you go to Bavel every day or every week? Armut can. See? You got to ask him what the fuck he's doing.
I think at the end,
I own 4 garages with plants. I wish. No, I don't.
I think the most important thing is family. Bottom line, when it comes down to it, is how your family's living, you know, to that point.
Well, that's the thing. It's coming to the realization that, listen, what is priority to you for 2026?
Yeah.
What is your priority? Because if you're not disciplined enough to keep those priorities, you're set for disaster. It's going to be a snowball effect of just disaster after disaster. And that's what we want to avoid for everybody. We want people to come out and actually speak up. And look, what were you saying? You were saying misery loves company, right?
Yeah.
Misery does love company. But at the same time, what we want to do is help each other out, lend a helping hand, and be able to have people vent, speak up, and brainstorm together.
Technology should move your business forward, not hold it back. At Titan Elite IT Services and Consulting, we make sure it does. Our clients don't wait days for help. They get real-time answers, fast resolutions, and dedicated support, both on-site and remote. From Los Angeles to Orange and Ventura counties, our coverage is local, statewide, and nationwide. When you need us, we're already on the way. We're not just an MSP. We build with you, from cloud migration to security to every endpoint in your network.
At Titan Elite, we don't just solve problems. We prevent them from happening. We become a part of your team and we grow with you.
Titan Elite IT Services and Consulting. Strategic, scalable, trusted, and always on.
Are you looking for a place to kick back and celebrate? Well, the Glen Arden Club has got you covered. Upstairs, you got a private lounge with a cigar room. Downstairs, you got the Moose Den, where you can have cocktails and private events. Hey, are you even hungry? They got an outside pizzeria serving one of the best pizzas in town. If you're interested in becoming a member with the Glen Arden Club or booking an event, contact the WiseNuts. We'll connect you to the boys at the Glen Arden, and you could become a member here or host your next gathering.
I think the most important relationship to have in life, other than God, family, is mentor. A mentor that you can talk to. And most of us don't have mentors in life. You know, the guy you follow on YouTube is not your mentor. You can't pick up the phone and call him. The girl you follow on Instagram, you know, you can't pick up the phone and call her. So you need a real life mentor. And who knows, maybe one of these people that calls in, anonymously posts, or decides to be a guest on our show will become a mentor for you, or vice versa. Because, and it's super important to have that, because we all need guidance in life, how to go from point A to B. You've accomplished certain things. How do you scale that? How do you go above and beyond that? And when I say to accomplishment, it's not necessarily our financial, monetary. Talking about family, friendship, all types of relationships, money relationships, health relationships, all of that. Not just money is part of it. So I think by doing so, this is gonna truly open up a lot of doors for people and hopefully bring them back to the reality of being able to discuss these matters with one another again, and for it not to be so taboo about, discussing intimacy and finance and so on, because we all deal with it. Look, it's just like we need air to breathe, we need money to live, we need intimacy to survive and to exist. I mean, that's just how it is.
Well said.
Agree. Definitely agree. So that's one of our plans for 2026. Literally, New Year's is right around the corner. So I think our first post will be this Wednesday, huh?
Yep. We got a lot of things coming that the audience doesn't know.
Yeah,
we always have surprises.
Yeah, look, we've got a bunch of guests lined up. Some amazing people that are going to be sitting down with us, having some great conversations. Dude, in fact, we might even bring back some old guests and old people. we might bring back some old guests as well and sit down with them and have some great conversations. If you guys have recommendations as well, if people that can sit down, hold a conversation that are interesting and have a story to tell, send us a DM. Send us an email as well. info@wisenutspodcast.com. Send us recommendations. We're always open to having new people on the show and having some great discussions with them. But it's been a very, very interesting year. We want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Alex Mugadichin and Dr. Rafi as well, who have stuck by our side and have been sponsoring the show. Guys, if you're involved in a car accident and you need proper representation, hit up Alex. If you need help as far as adjustments, anything as far as nerve-related, muscle-related, anything like that, it doesn't have to be a car accident either. Sports injury, work injury, sports injury, anything like that, hit up Dr. Rafi as well. There's a reason why we partner up with certain people. And look, a lot of people hit us up for sponsorship. And we don't want to partner up with certain individuals where we can't vouch for them. So anybody who's been a sponsor with us, even Armand Grigorian, who was a previous sponsor, shout out to Armand as well. Great guy, great individual, great father, great friend, great husband. These are all people that we align with. So shout out to our sponsors, every single one of you guys. You guys have been very, very generous, very, very helpful for 2025. We thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. Honestly, we do. Without you guys, you helped a very large piece of the show grow into something much, much bigger than what we thought it would become.
Even though sometimes, we need to hire a bounty hunter because the check isn't clear, but it's okay. We're willing to deal with it.
We don't charge interest.
There's a certain song I want to play.
Oh jeez. Oh dude, it's been fascinating. Look at what we've seen in 2025. We started off with the Altadena fires. Again, sorry for what you went through.
January 7th.
Can you believe that was a year ago?
I do believe it because
he's still dealing with it. He's still dealing with it. But I mean, it went from the fires in Altadena. By the way, are you going anywhere this year?
No.
Okay, don't go anywhere this year.
I have way too much going on. This
so it's from the fires to the election, the election party we threw at the Glen Arden here.
Well, that was November 24. We threw the party.
Oh yeah, well we threw the party in November. You're right, but I mean the election that took place, us, kind of the whole, rah, and we're looking for a great 2025. It's going to be an amazing year, and I mean look at unfortunately, the Charlie Kirk assassination that took place. The Erica Kirk bullshit that's been going on. Candace Owens, Nick Fuentes.
Was it tunnels in New York in 2024?
That was in 2023.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes.
They hit it so well.
Of course it was.
They hit it so well. I swear to God, they hit it like it's gone. You don't hear about it.
We weren't here.
Yeah,
we were at the old studio.
Right, but you don't hear about it. It's completely gone. That would be like front and center, no?
But have you seen that? Have you seen that construction video? It's hilarious, bro. So there's construction going on in New York, and then some guy walks up to him with his hands in his pocket, and he's looking at the construction workers digging a hole in the sidewalk, and he goes, "Hey, any Jews down there?"
So messed
bro, it's freaking.
Anyway,
but see. There's so much that has happened in 2025 that now that you look back, you're just like, what was that in 2025? Was that in 2024? Life is going by so quickly where you blink and all of a sudden you're just like, holy crap, the year's over.
Yep.
I think the only way we're able to slow down time is, at least for me personally, is which is very difficult to do because of the line of work I'm in. I can't ever turn off my phone.
That's with everybody, by the way.
But that's a choice, though.
It's not, Arm. It's not.
Is your client going to call you at midnight?
There have been clients who have hit me up at like...
Okay, but what's the urgency at midnight for a real estate transaction?
Oh, that's the thing. I go, can you wait until morning?
Right. So that's more of a personal...
Well, before you could I say one thing?
Sure.
L's cousin, who got married in Armenia, that we went to his wedding,
yes,
recently came to America as a tourist.
Okay.
He surprised us. We had no idea he was coming. He visited us he was here. They gave him a visa for a week to come.
You could have skipped the whole Armenia trip if he was coming here.
So no, I know, but here's this. It was his first time ever in America. Mm-hmm. He's 25 or 26 years old. First time in America. Very successful guy in Armenia, architect. And he was like, he's like, I've been here for 1 week. He goes, life here is way too fast.
Yep.
He goes, I blinked and I got to get back on a plane to leave again. I go, but you were here as a tourist. He goes, bro, I didn't go anywhere. He goes, I didn't have time to go anywhere. Because the problem is that I didn't have a driver to drive me around because
nobody's available.
Nobody's available. Yeah. So he goes, yeah, I went to the Americana. I went to In-N-Out. I went here and there. But he goes, dude, everything is just way too fast here. Mm-hmm. And you know what's fascinating? You know who else said that? Gilbert said that when he came from Sweden. Gibehopar.
Yeah.
Gilbert, when he was here with us, I think it was like 3 years ago when he was on the podcast with us, Gilbert said, I don't know how you guys live here. Everything is just so fast. And mind you, this is LA. Now go to New York where they talk about the city that never sleeps, or Las Vegas. Dude, it's not a choice. We are doomed here. It's just set in our lifetime. It's either you imply, or you're basically you're toast. That's what it is.
I think for certain people it still is a choice, and I'll tell you why. Because it's how you get your clientele or whoever else used to your response time. If you tell yourself, for example, I wake up at 7 every morning, and until 9 o'clock, I'm not touching my phone. I'm not looking at emails. I'm not responding to anything. And you can program that on your phone, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then after 8 p.m., I'm not looking at anything. Look at how your life changes as far as time slows down. Because now, between the hours of 7 and let's say 8, whenever you take your kids to school, you're actually focused and completely just embedded in that activity of getting them ready for school. Not doing that at the same time, putting the bread in the toaster oven or whatever, applying peanut butter jelly, and then responding to a text and email, and then and then taking them to school, and then on the drive you're checking your text. But that's what That's why time flies for us here, because we never put this goddamn thing away.
And you know what it is? It's the people online, these fake business owners, right? Who create this fake persona as to, does your business owner respond to their phone calls at 12 o'clock at night or 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 in the, I'm up at 6 in the morning responding to text messages.
Why?
And exactly. So what happens is you see that shit online and you go, oh crap, bro, if they're doing it at 6 and they text them instead of me and they respond and I don't, well, I'm going to lose the business. And then all of a sudden you get into this like thought process of, oh my God, well, I need to be like them in order to be successful. No.
I think people will value if you explain to them, listen, the reason I do not respond before 9 a.m. is because I'm prepping my kids for school.
Thank you.
They will love and respect you. But the moment you show that greed, you think it's competitiveness. It's not competitiveness. It actually shows that you're greedy because you're not willing to separate your family life with your work life. Because every second I have to respond to you. No. Again, depends on the line of work you're in. The only reason why do you need to? You really think I want to respond to my phone when I'm on vacation and never be able to turn it off? No, because I'm in the type of industry where within that 1 hour, if I don't respond, it could be a matter of literally like
life and death.
Well,
there you go.
Look, life and death, but not so much life and death as much as a patient or family not getting what they need, and because they are dealing with a loved one who's in the last chapter of their life, every little thing seems like it's end of the world. So if we don't respond timely, one little complaint could be the difference between me being in business and out of business. That's just unfortunately how our industry works. So you have to be on top of everything 24/7, 365. I wish I could say, with all due respect, guys, I'm with my family, please do not this. I just can't. But I think it's important for people to be able to do that because that slows down time. Imagine you put your phones, on the island, wherever, somewhere after 8 p.m. You unwind with your
Shabbat shalom.
Absolutely.
But hold on.
I love that about them.
But wait, can you find somebody to basically replace what you do as far as answering phone calls?
Look, answering phone calls.
No, can you though?
Yes.
So then why don't you?
But look, it's not just answering phone calls. It's for example, just right now we're sitting here, right? We have a patient going home from the hospital, being transported as we speak, and certain things are going to be delivered. The company's like, okay, you guys just ordered it. It'll get there before midnight. Midnight's late, right? So the reason I'm talking about this because it's our New Year's resolution, right? To be transparent. So,
by the way, we're not breaking any HIPAA laws. He's not disclosing any information.
I'm not mentioning patient name. So I get the text saying, look, family says that's way too late. Guess what? I'm probably the only one that could fix that, which is I text, the owner of the DME. I said, look, can we have it there before 10? He goes, I'll do even better than that, 9 o'clock.
But are you truly the only one that could do it? You don't really think that you can hire somebody?
Yeah, but delegation, bro, is very difficult.
It's hard to delegate certain things for them to know, okay, is this appropriate? They're still going to text me and ask me, hey, Armand, is it okay if I text him? It's 9 o'clock. Is it okay if I text the owner of the pharmacy? It's 9:30.
Well, then that's not the right person for the job.
No, because look, it's tough. There are certain things that only you know how to handle.
So then how does a business like that
they don't have
grow?
Equity. They don't have equity. When an employee doesn't have any equity or anything to gain, in my thought, they don't care.
You don't think there's any sort of monetary salary that would be able to hire an employee that the employee would be like, you know what? Shit, bro, I'm getting paid again, I'm just hypothetical, just number being thrown out. I'm getting paid six figures. I need to fucking make this decision.
Not only that, I don't think it's just the monetary aspect of it. It's also your baby. You made that business.
I understand that, but look, you don't think X or SpaceX or Tesla was Elon's baby?
They're different. For example,
or Facebook was Zuckerberg's baby? Or Amazon being Bezos's baby? No. Come on, bro.
Let me tell you the difference. When you have 500,000 employees, you're only dealing with 5 or 10 executives as the founder. Elon Musk doesn't know 500,000 employees. Elon Musk meets with 5, 10, 15 C-suite executives. That's it. That's the people that answer to him and he has to manage. Then those guys have 50 HRs here, 200 management here, whatever else. And then there's the, whatever other employees. When you run a small business, I have staff around the clock, 24 hours. Right now I have staff working around the clock, Christmas, New Year, they're all working. Not all working. There's people working.
They're on the clock.
But those types of decisions of, listen, I need you to do me this favor tonight. Only I can do. You can't teach that. It's hard to teach somebody.
But you don't think there's somebody like you that you can hire?
No.
Why not?
Because they have their own business if they're like me.
No. Not everybody can be a business owner, but somebody can be a very, very, very good employee.
Sorry, can I just interject? The whole reason why I even said equity is just so you can gain the opportunity, like for that individual to feel what it feels like to be an owner. But you can't.
I don't
force
think it's an equity thing. I don't think it's a money thing.
No, it doesn't guarantee. There's no guarantees for it.
I mean, I've paid people 6 figures.
Right.
That doesn't change anything.
Yeah, there's people that just don't get it.
They don't know. It's very hard for them to know, okay, in this situation, is it worth I make the call or not the call? Because if you make that call one too many times, then now you're abusing that, right? That privilege of, hey, can you do me? You can't every call, hey, can you do me? Can you get the diapers? Hey, can you do me?
But isn't that what you're doing?
No, because I know when and where. It's like, how important is this right now? Is it really?
Can't somebody? But that's what I'm thinking. Like,
it's hard to teach that.
What I'm thinking to myself is, you really don't think you can find an employee who has that same mindset, that drive, and that
it's not a drive thing.
It's difficult.
How many team
or that
members,
common sense?
You've been in real estate for what, 13, 14 years?
16 years.
16 years. How many associates, team members have you had who know exactly when to ask for that $800 fee to be waived or that $2,000 fee to be covered?
Not very many.
Why?
They're too new. They're just too new in the industry to understand it. But the thing is some of the seasoned ones are getting to the point where they're understanding, you know what, on this transaction, because I've shadowed Arno and I understand when he's asked it and why he's asked it, this is that client.
And then do those seasoned ones need you anymore?
They're still around.
On your team?
Yes.
Then maybe the way your spreads work does not affect them. I don't know how the spreads and whatever works.
It's
because they can't just go on their own and do their own thing. They have
they still need some guidance. Right. Because look, at the end of the day, you mentioned it as well, mentorship, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a mentor. My mentor right now is my broker, obviously.
Right.
But prior to my broker, besides going to him directly, I hired a mentor. Mike Ferry and Tom Ferry were my mentors for years. Anytime I needed something, I went to them. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
When I see some of these younger agents come to me, not to say I know everything, because till today, I don't. 16 years in the industry, every single transaction is different. No transaction has ever been the same, but at least I'm there to help guide them in a certain direction as far as, this is what you're dealing with, this is what I would do. This is what you're dealing with, this is what I would do. So that's why they come to me, is for the, I don't want to call it leadership, because I don't want to call myself a leader. I want to call myself more of a mentor rather than a leader, because that's what I'm there to do. I'm there to help them grow. It's not about the financial aspect of it. When I see them close a deal, I get happy because when they get their check, they're happy.
Yeah, but see, again, you even realize that it takes them to be very seasoned. And even with those situations, there will be times where you'll be like, no, why did you ask for that? You could have asked for this, like a 25,000 credit towards escrow closing costs or something. Why did you only ask for $5,000 for the inspection? Why didn't, right?
Yeah, there is.
You see?
There is.
Because there are certain things, no matter how much you teach them, there's not enough scenarios that you go through for them to be. So at the end of the day, certain things are easier for you to do because, and look, I've learned over the years to delegate a lot. Otherwise, I would never leave the office if I didn't delegate things. I'd have to work 28 hours a day. But obviously, I know how to delegate. That's why I don't work 28 hours a day. But there are certain like today, I made a phone call to a patient's wife, very young patient, and spoke to her for half an hour. And she's telling me the challenges she's been dealing with the last 10 years with her husband, and they have 3 kids, and how, just the pain is this, so unmanageable. And she's like, there comes a point where you're just like, okay, what can we do for, this is not a type of life I want to see him live, nor does he, nor do my kids. Those are conversations that not everybody can have. You have to be patient and listen and just, console them and share some of your experiences, and then, just agree and understand and listen, not always give advice. And so it's so unique.
I think every business has its own little kind of
course,
I guess, niche to it.
It does. But my point is certain businesses are, if things go wrong, you lose one transaction. Certain businesses, things go wrong, you could lose your whole license.
Well, see, I absolutely agree. See, Vic mentioned something as well in the comments. He said that it's not the same. I recently allowed an employee to make a call while I was occupied with another situation. Mind you, this is someone who knows the business pretty much as I do, but that decision that they made,
it just doesn't work out. You know how it is? It's kind of like when I used to run a sales force years ago, right? I had life insurance and mortgage agents. People would always come in, listen, I can do this part-time. I'm like, dude, for some reason, part-time just doesn't work. You can't. You think instead of making 5 sales a month part-time, I can do 1? You can't. You'll do 0. I don't know how that formula works.
It doesn't work. And you know what's funny? I got a name drop here.
Oh, be careful. Be careful.
I'm sorry. Jack Arakelian. I'm sorry. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Jack came to our office the other day. Yeah, Jack came to our office the other day. We sat down. We were chit-chatting. And he goes, fuck, bro. I gotta renew my association dues and my MLS and all that stuff. I gotta pay my dues. I'm like, why? What happened? He goes, well, I've been so focused on this insurance stuff that, that I forgot to renew my dues. I'm like, the dues were in January, right? I'm like, Jack, it's December. He starts laughing. And I said to him, do you remember when you first joined what I said to you? He's like, he chuckled. And Jack, I love you. But he's like, I know what you said. I said, when you begin to reach into different cookie jars and you dabble in different businesses and you see which one is working for you, you're going to let go of one of them. Because in the beginning, when he joined our office, what he said was, I'm going to be doing life insurance. And then with my real estate people, I'm going to sell them the house. And I'm telling them, listen, with this, I got life insurance. I'm like, listen, it's not going to work. I promise you it's not going to work. I'm like, I love you. I wish it does work. But I promise you, based off of the experience and all the people that have come to the office and have joined the team and have done all this, it doesn't work. As soon as you start dabbling into different things, you begin to become complacent.
You run yourself thin.
Absolutely.
And it's not only dabbling.
And again, it's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing.
I've had sales agents in the past when I used to be in sales where they had, like a corporate job. And then they're like, I can do this part-time. I'll work on the weekends or after hours. I'm like, listen, I know you think if I work 2 days a week extra, but it just equates to zero results for some reason. It's not because you're dabbling into life insurance and real estate. It's just because you have a corporate job. The guy wants to see you Wednesday at 10 a.m. You're not available. You're working. And you lose that deal.
There's no discipline.
And
there's no discipline.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This with my situation, it's not the discipline. It's because if you have a 9 to 5 and you want to do sales on the side, you just can't.
Well, you have to be disciplined to do sales.
Sales is a full-time commitment.
Yes.
20 hours a week just doesn't equate to half the sales or even 10% of the sales. It doesn't work.
You have to master your craft. There's no way.
Yeah, absolutely. We were at a seminar in June where the guy who was speaking, and this one I'm not going to name drop, but the guy who was speaking goes, you have to be motivated. You have to be motivated to do the sale. You have to be motivated to do door knocking. You have to be motivated to make the calls. You have to be motivated to, send out the flyers. And in front of a bunch of people, I kind of, raised my hand. I said, I'm so sorry to, say this, but I'm like, motivation is not going to do it if you're not disciplined.
Yeah. What's motivation?
He froze. He goes, no, you got to be motivated. He's like, what motivates you? I'm like, no. I'm like, if a lot of things motivate me, but if you're not disciplined enough to do that job, fuck your motivation, bro. nothing's gonna get done.
Go on YouTube and give a motivation.
Yeah, and he kind of realized, he goes, no, but you're right. Motivation and discipline, they kind of play hand in hand. And I was like, okay, I'll kind of leave it at that. And then I did go back and kind of research him, and I noticed he did only like 3 transactions last year. But it is what it is, bro.
It's hard, man. Certain things are, and this is not a complaint. It's just the reality. Vic says, and that decision cost 3-fold.
Yeah,
you see.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. It's just the laws of life, the laws of attraction, I don't know what it is. It just somehow works that way.
Well, they always said good help is hard to find. No.
Yeah, but no, it's in our industry. There's huge players, multi-billion-dollar players. Obviously, to them it's different. They don't care. The owner is not involved. Maybe there's not even an owner. It's public trade, whatever it is. It's different because it's every employee is just thinking about their job security and whatnot. Nobody cares about losing an account or patient care. If something happens, they'll just go find another job.
Completely agree.
It's a different ball game, but when you have so much vested, so much time and energy, equity, and money, it's different. Every decision you look at as like, okay, how is this? What are the repercussions? What is this going to lead to? And the big companies don't even know about those decisions. Mm-hmm. Jeff Bezos doesn't know about the driver on Sonora driving over the potholes, right?
Or hitting the biker on
the bike. You know what I mean? Like,
but it comes down to the last person either way. They were saying something about a horseshoe. Do you know about this little thing? No. So because the blacksmith wasn't able to make the right horseshoe fit onto the horse's hoof.
Okay.
The letter didn't reach where it was supposed to reach at a certain time. And because that letter didn't reach to the location that it was supposed to reach at a certain time, the war was lost. It could go that low. I mean, that went pretty deep, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some doctors treat pain. Others help you understand it. Dr. Rafi Guregian has dedicated his career to helping people live stronger, healthier, and more aware of their bodies. His approach goes beyond quick fixes. It's about rebuilding movement, discipline, and mindset. A true professional who's changing the way people think about health and recovery. Presented by the WiseNuts Podcast, highlighting leaders who make a difference.
When you're involved in an accident, choosing the right attorney is the most important decision you can make. Let us show you why we're different at Megarici Law. With 11 attorneys on our team, we're able to go to trial and fight for your case. More important, the pedigree of our firm is customer service, so you always get a call, you always get an update. Lastly, we're results driven. We win. Let us show you how. Call us at 818-530-1300 or bestcaraccidentattorney.com.
There was something I wrote down in my phone a while ago. Listen to this. Look how deep this is. This goes back to the whole motivation and discipline thing. So there's 3 factors in life that should always be tied to a business owner or even an employee. It's purpose, motivation, and discipline. Purpose gives you life direction. Motivation fuels your journey, and discipline keeps you moving. That's powerful.
Yep. Definitely.
Purpose, motivation, discipline. Those 3 factors play hand in hand. Literally hand in hand. But guys, anything else before we call it a show?
See, as we were speaking, I was dealing with the matter. That's why.
Are you serious?
How about we wish everyone a happy New Year?
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Well, it's not Christmas until January 5th and 6th.
Yep.
Gee, party poop.
By the way, there was nothing wrong with Nicole Pashinyan playing the drums. Everybody was giving poor guy shit for that.
Oh man, he has so much shit to deal with.
Hey man, as long as I'm living in America, as long as my money isn't going anywhere else, I gotta figure out.
We got at the worst end of the stick, bro.
Well, that's the thing. Again, but I'd rather live in America than live overseas over there.
You got a point.
I don't know how other people do it, but we'll see what it is. Guys, WiseNutsPodcast.com. Visit our website, buy some merch, support the show. 2026 is going to be an amazing year. We wish every single one of you guys health, happiness, prosperity. It's going to be one hell of a year. It's an even number. Oh, is it the year of the what? What year is it? The year of the what? Chinese calendar, zodiac. Anybody?
I don't follow the Chinese.
The trannies, the
Chinese.
Oh, I just said I don't follow the trannies. I'm like, neither do I.
I follow the Jewish calendar. I don't know.
Oh man, that word again.
Yeah, I know. But guys, it's
gonna get us banned.
It's not gonna get us. We said what
compliment?
Trendies. We are Armenian. We have accent. You know, we have heavy accent. Trendies. Guys, right over there. Click on. Right there.
How come I never get to point at it?
Dude, give me your hand. Pick up some merch, guys. Help support the show. 2026 is going to be an amazing year. As you know, we said, Happy New Year. God bless. May 2026 bring you health, happiness, prosperity. Other than that, today's episode will be up and running on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all major platforms mañana. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Cheers to a happy new year. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody. As Arnold said, health, prosperity, and a joyous year for all of you and your families.
Wonderful stuff.
Even the haters.
We still love you.
Happy New Year, everybody.